Quiet on the set.
Quiet on the set.
5 count.
5, 4, 3.
Hey Mepham, welcome back to Midweek Update.
This week, we take a look at another bash winner, the college application process, tips for college, a look back at the spring concert, and a senior interview.
There's some more as we take a look at what's going on this week on Midweek Update. I'm Ryan Marr.
And I'm Matt Natof, and welcome back to the Midweek Update, the B&B show that brings you closer to the people and places in and around the Mepham community.
Wow, I can't believe summer is almost here. It feels like yesterday we just started last summer.
I know, spring's coming to an end, but I can still hear the spring music.
Natof, what are you talking about? Spring doesn't have a tune.
Well, the different chorus groups would disagree with you. In fact, they had their own concert.
Oh my goodness, that's right. Sorry guys.
How could you forget that? And you forgot that B&B covered the event too?
I'm sorry. To make up for it, let's take a look at the event now.
Really excited to hear the choir students tonight. I know Ms. Shapiro and Ms. Demetrio spend a ton of time working with the students, and I think we're going to hear some new songs, and I'm really excited to see what they have in store.
On May 4th, multiple Mepham choir groups sang in Night 2 of the spring concert. The concert starred the mixed chorus, concert choir, and Mepa Capella, with the concert debut of the treble and tenor bass choirs.
One of the ones that's going to stand out to me is the final song of the concert that's called Sing for Myself. The reason it stands out is because it truly embodies kind of what we're trying to do on stage.
Another favorite of the night was Rolling in the Deep, featuring a solo from Sydney Florio.
I'm really excited about the song we're singing. It kind of sounds pretty spooky because it's kind of just one voice and then everyone else behind it. So I'm excited to sing it.
And now tonight, we get to put all of the work that we've put into these pieces, all of the emotion that we've learned to feel with these pieces, and we get to perform it for an audience. And it's something so special.
In the audience of the concert were family, friends, and teachers, all there to support the singers. Everyone there enjoyed the performances and the creative song choices.
My favorite part is probably being on stage. I love singing out for my friends and my family because I know they love coming to all these different concerts, and it's fun getting to join with the other class because we usually don't sing with them.
These students have worked hard for months perfecting these songs, and that work was clear to all who watched the concert.
I liked all the medleys. The Taylor Swift one was great, the Bruno Mars one. I thought everything was fantastic.
We're always trying to keep music as a coping mechanism, as something we can always turn to, and it really just tells the message of why music is so important and beautiful.
From B&B, I'm Bridget Flanagan.
Thanks, Bridget. They sounded incredible.
Yeah, Bridget made a great package, but do you know who else made a great package?
Me. Yeah, it's okay.
This package that I made actually came in second at the Bash Awards. So, yeah, I would call it pretty great.
No. Okay, yeah. It was a great package, okay? It was. But what is it even about?
This package was about girls' sports, but more specifically, the girls' flag football team, and all the hard work and dedication that they put in.
Who else worked with you on this package?
Myself, alongside Kyle McQuillen, Jake LaFries, and Ariel Budrum, all worked together to help tell the story of this year's team.
From Sofia Espino playing on the boys' football team, Yana Fufas and Talia Robles on the wrestling team, women's sports have grown so much these past couple of years, capped by the 2022 girls' flag football team winning the inaugural Long Island Championship. It's no surprise that everyone wants to be a part of it. Our girls' flag football team has grown from just 20 girls to 50 girls. Head coach Mr. Moody chose to coach the girls because of how much it grew the world of high school sports.
I think it's just amazing for the growth of high school sports in general. So when the opportunity popped up last year, I was very adamant that I wanted to be a part of, this building something new. on Long Island and hopefully in New York State overall.
After winning a championship last year, the girls have come back this season working harder than ever and pushing for another title.
Personally, what I've noticed about the girls' dedication is that they're always hardworking, they're always doing their sprints 100%, they're always stretching. You know, it just shows how dedicated they are to succeed and win football games.
Despite the hard work and commitment that the girls put into flag football, it is still considered by many as masculine, which prevents some girls from playing the sport that they love.
I would tell her not to listen to those saying it's very masculine because you can play anything you want to play and it's really fun. So if you're enjoying it, don't listen to what others are saying and just follow your passions.
Definitely just go for it because I didn't expect myself to do as well as I did. So if they're like feeling any doubt, I think that they should just like overcome that and like try it out because it's fun, and like even if you don't do well in the sport, you'll still make a lot of like friendships.
Regardless of stereotypes, Mr. Moody along with his coaching team do not treat the girls any differently than any other male football players or athletes.
And one of the things that me and my staff do, and this goes for last year as well, we don't treat the girls any different than any other football player that we coach. Right? It doesn't matter if it's girls, it doesn't matter that it's flag. They are football players. We treat them the same. We run our practices the same way. And I think as the girls realize what the sport is, they buy into it.
The role of women in sports is sure to become even more impactful in the coming years. From B&B, I'm Kyle McQuillen.
Thanks, Kyle. Ryan, you have to admit I was right. That was a pretty great package.
Okay. Yeah. You were right. But it was a great package, but I made a pretty good package too.
Oh, I didn't know you made one too. What was your package about?
Well, my package is basically about the college application process and how that of the athletic application process differs from the academic application process.
Now that I know you also made one, I have to see it.
A lot of college approaches me as a highly recruited player in New York. A lot of them just email me, or I send an email to them and they get back to me with a phone call or text message, but it's definitely how I play on the field.
We've had quite a few students who've received offers early who go on and play at whatever school it was.
Nowadays it's not that rare. A lot of great juniors in Nassau County, and they get recruited and they get signed.
It's very nerve-wracking and it's a very stressful experience, especially knowing that you could lose a school depending on how you play. But honestly, knowing that you can get the school that you want as an athlete and not have to worry about the test scores and anything else is it brings a lot of school stress down from being in the classroom.
Students dream of going through the same process that Kieran Keogh is going through. But students like Morgan Schaefer are going through a different type of process.
So I committed to Texas Christian University in Fort Worth, and I got the Chancellor Scholarship, which is this leadership and academic-oriented scholarship chosen for the top students in the class that were interviewed and selected through this very vigorous process.
You have to find the right fit for you. Now, if you talk to most college athletes, it really is very different from the high school experience, and it becomes much more of a demand and much more of a grind. And I was always just as proud of those athletes that made a decision to pursue their academics as their primary choice over athletics, because in the end, we all stop playing whatever sport it is that we play at some point. And the question then becomes, what are you left with? You know, if you wind up going to a school because they gave you an opportunity to do something athletically and they don't have your major, and you wind up not being qualified for the profession that you wanted to have later on, then you really, you didn't really, choose wisely and dedicate yourself and have time well spent in something that's going to help you for the next 30, 40 years.
My college application process was, honestly for me, it was a lot of fun. It was kind of like interesting. It was nerve-wracking at times too, but I had a great support system of like teachers and family members and guidance counselors by my side that reassured me that everything was going to be okay. So I knew that I was going to be fine in the end. It definitely has been stressful, especially the unpredictability with it, and given the amount of essays you have to write or the amount of paperwork you have to fill out, it's stressful because you never want to make a mistake on it or be, I don't know, not as applicable as some other applicants applying to the school, but I think that it's a necessary stress and it kind of prepares you for future endeavors.
The athletic application process can be a little different than the academic application process, but in the end, both Morgan and Kieran had their family and their support system by their side to get through it.
Had a lot of help from my coach, Lucas Vallis, was my summer coach, and he did a lot for me as well. But it's a lot of family too, just having the support of your family, coaches, recruiters. It all comes together, and it's a big thing.
Shortly after filming this, Kieran Kehoe committed to continue his academic and athletic career at St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia. There are many routes and many different ways that you can go in college, but as long as you find your right path, that's what matters. For B&B, I've been Ryan Marr.
See? I told you it would be good.
Okay, fine. We both made good packages. Better?
Yeah, that works. But enough about our sports packages. What about the other spring sports?
Let's check in on them too. Here's Luke Epez with your midweek in Mepham Sports.
What's up, Mepham? I hope everyone is having a great day. This will be my last time on Midweek Sports until September, so don't miss me too much. All right, let's get into the end of the year sports. First, our boys lacrosse team lost to Southside on Monday, while our girls team won their quarterfinals game this past weekend and play Friday against Garden City. Make sure you wish the girls luck because they're probably going to need it. Moving on to our baseball and softball teams, our softball girls lost their game against Kennedy this past Sunday, ending their season, while our baseball team had a game yesterday against Calhoun and have 2 more games today and Friday. That's definitely a series you won't want to miss. Next, our track team had counties on Monday, where 5 Pirates were named All-County. Moving on to our boys tennis team, who competed in the Nassau County tournament this past weekend, and our girls badminton team played in the county semifinals yesterday. Congrats to the tennis and badminton team. Finally, our girls flag football team season came to an end after facing a loss to East Rockaway. And I think that's all that I have for you guys. It has been an absolute pleasure hosting your Midweek Sports. I hope you all have a great rest of the school year and summer. And also, Heat 4, Jimmy Butler's him, stop playing with him. Heat are winning the finals, and that's that. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Luke, and good luck to all the teams in their playoff run.
Now, last week we got to hear from B&B alumni Sean Petritis with how to decorate your college dorm room.
And this week we get to hear from another B&B alumni who was not a stranger to the camera during his time here.
That's right. This week we have AJ Freed with some of the tips about what to do when you get to college.
It's your first day on campus. It's huge. It's overwhelming. You feel like you'll never be able to make your way around a big campus like this. I'm AJ Freed, a B&B alumni and a current sophomore here at West Virginia University, and I'm here to give you my 2 tips on how to make a big campus feel like a small school. There are many student activities for you to get involved in at whatever school you decide. For example, schools have what are called student unions. Student unions are a place for students to eat, get work done, and meet new friends. At my school, we have numerous dining choices along with games and activities to help balance school life and social life. There are many other activities around your campus to take advantage of things like the rec center, sporting events, and student organizations. Do some research about what your school may have to offer. You've seen what your campus has to offer. Now it's time for class. Take time for yourself to walk around and check out some of your buildings. Doing this before your semester starts will give you the ability to check out where everything is, and it will give you a better understanding of the layout of your campus. It will make it feel a little less overwhelming, and trust me, I spent my first few weeks on Google Maps finding where every building was, so it will get easier as you get more and more used to your campus. Your first few weeks are going to be overwhelming. With new friends and a new environment, you're going to want to do it all. But the best advice I can give as someone who's made these mistakes is to make sure you leave time for yourself, to sit back and relax and just breathe a little bit. You're going to be here for the next 4 years. Enjoy your time. You'll get a chance to do everything, so don't rush your experience and try to fit everything in one semester. That's all I have to offer, as I'm still learning new things myself, yet I can't read without seeing some kind of teleprompter. Best of luck to you and all of the upcoming freshmen, and enjoy your next 4 years. And if you like my design in my room, make sure to check out Sean's video on how to decorate your dorm room.
Ryan, did you know that AJ used to anchor on the morning announcements?
Of course I did. He anchored with Michelle Spiller.
That's just like our senior interviewee, who also anchors on the morning announcements.
Not only does he anchor, but he's also the news director.
If you didn't already know who we were talking about, here's Sean McQuillen, or as we call him, Q.
Welcome to the show, Q. So happy that you could take your time to reflect on your time in B&B with us.
Thank you, guys. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
So, Q, what have these past 4 years in B&B been like for you?
These past 4 years for me have been truly unforgettable. They've been the greatest days of my life. It's been the best years of my life. This has become a second home to me. I mean, I've had the opportunity to travel across the country and do what I love to do with people who I love from the bottom of my heart. And I mean, you mix that all together and it's like a second life almost, or your whole future is already planned out.
I can't agree more. I feel the same exact way, Q. What are some of the biggest things you've accomplished during your time in the program?
All the biggest things I've been able to accomplish in the program would never have come without the help of the great support system I have around me. If it was one day where I just needed a friend of mine to just give me a good laugh, or the next day where we seriously had to work, I mean, everything that I've ever been able to achieve, from an STN award or a bash or so many things, it's taught me that there's no I and there's only a we in the world of broadcasting.
That's right, Q. Yeah, this program really just feels like a team. What's something you learned during your time here that will stay with you for the rest of your life?
Something that I've learned throughout, the time of the program is I came into the program with a quote that always stuck behind me, and I've used it for everything in life, and it even translated here. My dad found it for me when I was writing my graduation speech in 8th grade, and it's from my favorite novel, Wonder, where it's a quote, "If they stare, you let them stare. You can't blend in when you were born to stand out." Broadcasting is something out of the ordinary in most high schools. I think everybody in the program can agree with me with that. And having the opportunity to embrace the fact that you're a part of an award-winning program in your own school is, something you just can't be afraid to show. You can't be afraid to talk about it or brag about it or anything of that matter. You are a part of something special, and you have to be proud of it.
Q, I can't agree more. I know you make a great product and a great morning announcements every year, every day, every week, But what is your favorite morning announcements episode this year?
That's a tough question. It's what I would mostly tell every teacher and student who asks, is this one good? I would say you have to tune in and watch the next one, because if you watch every single morning announcements that's made, they consecutively get better and better and better. So I would have told you the past one, but if you asked me last week, I would have said that past one and that past one and so forth. They only get better as the weeks go, and just tune in this week to the B&B Morning Announcements Friday morning. That's how you wake up.
It's just amazing how consistent you are with the episodes, and they just get better and better every week. What will you miss the most about B&B after this year?
What I will miss most is most certainly our BM family. It was a catchphrase quoted and created by Sean Botrytis, an alum who was mentioned earlier in the show. And he never really brought it to life. He kind of just said it one day. But when I started becoming friends with him and he took me under his wing to learn all the behind-the-scenes type of stuff, he said that line of BM family, and that truly stuck with me. And throughout the years, I would build it up, and now, of course, it's a big thing. And that's what I'll miss most, all the friendships, all the family bonding. There's so much that goes into it, but it's been a true honor being a part of such a collectively amazing program and amazing family.
I once again can't agree more, Q. The BM family has changed my life also, and it's changed a lot of people's lives, so I 100% agree. Well, thanks for coming on the show, Q.
Thank you, boys. It's been an honor. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure having you here and also spending the last 2 years in this program with you.
I 100% agree. You've changed my life. You taught me so many things that I'm going to take next year and use as the new Associate News Director, so thank you so much, Q.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of the Midweek Update. We'll be back next week with all new stories from around the BMCHSD to bring you inside the parts of the community we don't always get to see.
Until then, I'm Ryan Marr.
And I'm Matt Natof, and we'll see you all next midweek.